Imagine a world where the sun rises over a quiet skyline, not to the gentle sound of birds, but to the terrifying roar of hypersonic engines tearing through the sky. March 2026. In a single night, the fragile silence of the Middle East was shattered. Within just 100 hours, decades of diplomacy, negotiations, and uneasy peace simply vanished into thin air. This was Operation Epic Fury. And it wasn't just another military strike, it was a shockwave that rippled across the entire planet. Oil prices surged overnight, stock markets around the world turned blood red, and suddenly the geopolitical map of the world looked very different. But the real question is this: what actually happened during those first 100 hours? And why does the world today feel completely different from the one we lived in just a week ago? The clock struck midnight on a quiet Tuesday when the first wave of PRSM missiles ignited their engines and blasted into the dark sky. In that moment, Operation Epic Fury had begun. For years, tensions between the West and Iran had been building quietly in the shadows. Proxy conflicts, cyber warfare, sanctions, and threats exchanged behind closed doors. It was a slow-burning confrontation, but in those first 100 hours, the shadows were suddenly erased by the blinding light of explosions. The strikes were precise, surgical, but devastating. In Tehran, advanced air defense systems, once believed to be nearly impenetrable, were suddenly blinded by a new generation of electronic warfare. Radar screens went dark, communication lines collapsed, confusion spread through command centers. Meanwhile, hundreds of miles away in Isfahan, the ground trembled violently as underground military facilities were struck by powerful bunker-buster weapons. These weren't ordinary bombs. They didn't just hit their targets, they erased them. But this story isn't only about missiles, explosions, and military strategy. It's also a story about the human consequences of modern war. Thousands of miles away, in cities like London and New York, the panic wasn't happening on battlefields, it was happening online. Financial markets reacted instantly. Gas stations saw lines stretching for miles as the Strait of Hormuz was suddenly declared a dangerous dead zone. Nearly 20% of the world's oil supply was now trapped inside a growing war zone, and the economic damage was staggering. Every single minute of those first 100 hours was costing the global economy tens of millions of dollars. But the strategy behind the operation was even chilling. The United States administration demanded what it called total compliance from Tehran, leaving almost no room for quiet diplomacy. This was the long-running maximum pressure campaign, finally pushed to its breaking point. Supporters argued that it was a necessary step to eliminate a growing threat. Critics warned that it was a dangerous gamble with the stability of the entire world. Yet by the time the smoke began to clear on the fourth day, one truth had become impossible for global leaders to ignore. The old rules of conflict were gone. Geopolitics had entered a new and far more dangerous era, an era of direct confrontation. And the ripple effects spread far beyond the borders of Iran. From the technology hubs of Australia to the shipping ports of the United Kingdom, governments and markets alike felt the heat of Operation Epic Fury. In many ways, it was a chilling demonstration of what modern warfare had become: fast, relentless, and powered by technology that can reshape the world in just a few hours. But as the dust slowly settled, a far more haunting question began to emerge from the silence. We witnessed the first 100 hours. We saw the explosions. We saw the chaos. But in a conflict where neither side is willing to back down, what happens at hour 101? Right now, the entire world is watching, waiting, holding its breath. Because after Operation Epic Fury, there is no returning to the world that existed before it. The fuse has been lit, and the explosion may only just be beginning. History is being written right now, and much of it is hidden behind headlines, politics, and propaganda. If you want to understand the real forces shaping our world, subscribe to History Pal.